Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So a few days ago on Instagram I asked you guys to ask me some questions for a little Q&A, like a really mini kind of get to know me Q&A. So I thought instead of making like a sit down video, you could actually like watch me do something, so I think it'd be a little bit more interesting. So it's going to be really kind of like a chill paint with me. Well, I've kind of finished the painting already, so it's going to be more of like a draw with me, I suppose. So yeah, this is just a painting I've been working on. It is just an original painting. I really want to get into doing some more originals, like my witch series and all that, because I really enjoy painting that kind of thing. So yeah, I have the questions up on here, and yeah, lots of these questions are from the same person and you know who you are. Question number 1. Who are your favorite artists? I mean, I have a lot of favorite artists. I suppose like actual full-time artists, like you know what I mean, like full-time artists. I'd say Chris Guest. I don't know. I'm just thinking of the artists I know from Instagram. I really like Chris Guest. Yeah. Who else? Like I would probably know them when I see them, but yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I like all artists, I think. I like them all in their own way. The next question is, I use storyvoter.com. Grow safely, faster than ever. Haha, me too. It's terrible. I hate those questions. Or not even questions, like, I just hate those promos. Next question is, who inspires you in any way? I suppose if you mean like actual people, then I suppose just like all the actors and actresses. I think what they do is just amazing, and I could never ever be an actress. Like, I would like to be. I think it looks really fun, but I think if I actually like went onto a film set, I would just be too anxious and I would not be able to do what they do. So I definitely respect them, and most of my art is like fan art anyway. Like, I know this one isn't, but most of my art is like fan art. It's what I'm most kind of known for. So I feel like lots of actors and actresses, and also comedians as well, I think just the way they, like most comedians anyway, bring light to bad situations. You know, they can like let us have a laugh about things that you might not have thought about were funny, you know? And also in times of crisis, such as like right now, they can make us laugh. And I don't know, like not everyone likes comedians, and I understand why. But I just look up to so many comedians, especially the women, like the female comedians. I just think they get so much hate, I feel like, female comedians, and I just don't think they deserve it. And also like models and people like that who can express themselves, and then I love looking at, you know, when you like, this is a really weird artist quirk, but like when you look at someone's face and you think, oh my god, they have the perfect face, like, but not like the fact that it's like pretty or handsome, it's like good to draw, you know what I mean? It might just be me, but I get that all the time. The next question is, what's one TV show you can watch over and over and never get bored of? Ooh, that's a really good question, because I can watch lots of TV shows over and over again, but some of them, like, no matter how good they are, I'm still gonna get bored of them. I don't know, I probably could watch Merlin over and over again, because like I'm rewatching it now and there's so many little details that I never noticed before. Like I've watched through it about 3 times already, and then like as soon as I watch it again, I notice more things, because there's so many like little quirks about the show that make it so special. I think I just could watch it over and over again and you could never get tired of it. And then there's also like the comedy shows like the IT Crowd, the Mighty Boosh, all of those kind of older comedy shows. I've really been getting into them recently. I've recently rewatched some of the older ones, and I really love them, and I feel like I could watch them over and over again, especially the IT Crowd. If I think like I just don't have anything to watch, I just put on a random episode of the IT Crowd, and it's just fine. Like, it might not be as funny as it first was, but it's still really, really entertaining. And I find it funny, obviously not as funny, but still, you can't beat an episode of the IT Crowd or the Mighty Boosh. Like, that's, I feel like that series shouldn't be labeled as just a comedy, you know, it's like art and music as well. I feel like it's really underrated for what it actually is, you know what I mean? Oh, and another show I could probably watch over and over again is Green Wing. Guys, that show is like, oh my god, it's so, so good. It's so funny, but it's like, it's more of a drama than a comedy, but it's like a comedy, it's really, really funny, and all of the characters are like so relatable. So if you are looking for a new comedy to watch, I would recommend you watch Green Wing. You honestly will not regret it. It's like, it's so funny. So yeah, I could probably watch that over and over again as well. The next question is, what 3 items would I bring with me if I was trapped on a desert island? That's a really good question as well. So we're just gonna ignore the fact that islands don't have electricity, or most of them don't anyway. So I would probably bring like a music player so I could just listen to music and just vibe in the sun. I'd probably bring a box set of I don't know, of a show that has lots and lots of seasons and lots of episodes, maybe Merlin or something like that. And then the last thing, probably like a diary or like a sketchbook or something like that. I know they're really like dumb things to bring. You should probably bring like an encyclopedia or something like that, but you know, we're here for a good time, not a long time, people. What is a book series I would recommend? Chaos Walking, just Chaos Walking. I literally say that, like, to answer that question, literally every time someone asks me that question, I say Chaos Walking. It is, like, the best book series I've ever read. If you've read it, you'll understand that it is incredible. It was so, like, ahead of its time, I feel like. I can't remember when it was first published. I think it was, like, 2008 or something. But it was, like, it's so ahead of its time. Like, I don't know how to describe it anymore. It's just so good. It's like a kid's book, but it deals with like adult things and in an adult way. I just think it's so amazing. And if you want to read it, I would read it now rather than later, because the film's coming out next year, I think. Yeah, it was supposed to come out this year, but it didn't. So I would read the books first. I'm rereading them right now because I want to experience them one last time before I watch the film and, you know, have my perfect idea of it kind of ruined, which is not always a bad thing, but I like experiencing the books, you know. And they're just amazing books, guys. I cannot recommend them enough. And also they're really long, so you can like read them over a long period of time. So the next question is, do I listen to music when I draw? If so, what type? Not as often as I feel like I should. I usually just have a show on in the background, or even like a movie or something. I don't tend to listen to music, but sometimes if I just can't think of anything to watch, then I will put on like a record or just listen to a playlist or something like that. As for what type of music, I really don't know. I like kind of indie, but then that's very subjective, and you like as to what you class as indie. So like specifically, like I like Seafret. I was supposed to go and see them last month, but it got cancelled because of, you know, what's going around. So yeah, I like to listen to Seafret, and I also like to listen to Sleeping at Last. He is like really, he's just so good. Yeah, I like to listen to the Paper Kites. They're really nice as well. And just nice, relaxing, kind of meaningful music. I really don't like anything that's like rap or anything. I'm not into that. I also like classic rock. Sometimes I'll just put on a random classic rock playlist, and I don't know any of the songs, but I recognize them, but I don't know the names of the songs. But I really like that. It's just kind of ambient music. And I just think it's really nice to listen to older music. question is, would you rather be married to a 10 with a bad personality or a 6 with an amazing personality? Definitely a 6 with an amazing personality. So I would definitely be married to someone who makes me happy and makes me laugh, and has an amazing personality and a good reputation with others, than be with someone just who looks nice but isn't nice. Next question is, will I be restocking my Mighty Boosh earrings? Yes, I will be. I just have to wait until I get more earring hooks, and then I will definitely restock them. I've made like a batch of them, like, and I varnished them and everything. I just actually need to make them into earrings. And then of course I'll be restocking them, so maybe at the end of the week, or maybe a little bit later, or maybe a little bit earlier, I don't know. But they are definitely coming back, and I'm going to do so many more different designs. I have some rainbow ones, I have some like multicolored ones, well, they're all multicolored but like different color combinations, you know. So every pair is going to be completely different, so no one is going to have the same, so we can all be like individual, which is something that I love about having like my own earrings. I can give them to people and then they can be the only pair that ever exist, and you can make yourself feel so special. Next question is, how do I improve my watercolor so that it looks like yours? Well, I'm not gonna say, well, I don't really want to say like how exactly I do it, because it's kind of my own style and it's taken me a while to get to get confident with my style, but I might do like a YouTube video on like my painting process, like not necessarily a tutorial, but like, you know, showing how I actually complete a painting from start to finish. But I would basically say like building your watercolors up in layers. So I usually do like a wet on wet layer and then wait for that to dry, and then do like dry and then blend out with water. It's kind of hard to explain how I do it, so I probably have to do it in a video, but that's basically what I do. And then like for detail, I make sure my watercolors like nice and saturated. Like you can see with the hair here, it's really saturated, but then in the background it's kind of faded out, which is really how I love my backgrounds. I always do them nice and expressive like this. I think that's just how I've always liked to work, with like expressive colours and everything. And then I like to add some splatters. How this turned out, so it kind of looks like it's, I don't know, I just really kind of like it. So then stars, I love to add stars, and just like white gel pens, so I just use the Jelly Roll gel pens. So yeah, that was basically all of the questions. Yeah, I might do another one of these. There wasn't too many questions, which was kind of good because I didn't really feel like making a really long video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this painting. It's still not quite finished. I'll post it on Instagram like maybe tomorrow probably, because I won't be able to photograph it. But yeah, I hope you have an amazing day, and definitely stay safe, and just stay positive, I think. That's the only thing I can really say. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!